Hey guys, it's Ike, and let's talk about an otaku dating sim called First Love Story. Feel free to check out the timestamps in the description down below or in the pinned comments. Other than that, a little bit of a backstory. I was going through the Google Play Store to look for yet another dating sims just because something in my brain said, you're not suffering enough, so let's try and get you addicted to yet another mobile dating sims because obviously the back of my head knows that I love these so much and I always praise them for being absolutely great. I think I made 2 review videos for 2 separate mobile dating sims. The first one was My Sweet Roomies, Jesus Christ, and the second one was Mystic Messenger, which had a better energy system and I really liked the way the UI and everything worked. I thought it was a really unique visual novel. Or a dating sim, unless you're trying to go for Jaehee and then at that point you're just best friends. The obvious attraction point that got me into this game is the fact that there are Yuri routes and also Yaoi routes as well if you're also into that kind of thing. Or maybe you're just not into gay shit and you just want to play the Otome routes instead, you can. In this game, there are multiple routes with different characters. In total, there are 4 characters that kind of gets introduced, and you can swap them around whether you want to go with the 2 girls or you want to go with the 2 guys or you want each of the girl and guy individually in a route. And there are also 1 extra Yaoi and 1 extra Yuri route. And guess what? It has an even pettier system than My Sweet Roomies. God dang, I freaking hated the microtransaction and just the energy system in My Sweet Roomie, but this game, I feel like they took the system from My Sweet Roomies and they're like, what if we make it even worse? But here's the thing. I'm addicted to this game. I am currently stuck in a rhythm where I log on to this game every single fucking day, even when I'm not even reading a story, and don't even get me started on that until later on anyways. But just like My Sweet Roomies, despite my major gripe with the game in general, the characters, despite not having the best plot line, and I will say that with discretion because I'm currently only on 1 route right now, but despite all that, I'm still coming back. I'm having this weird, like, hay fever from the My Sweet Roomie days, where I'm continuously coming back to this game every single day just to get more gems. You don't need to pay for this game, but goddamn, I am impatient, and it hasn't even been a full 2 months yet, and they've already taken my money. Sometimes I don't even want to admit how much I paid for My Sweet Roomies, but I will say that it's a lot more than I should have. Taking that into thought, I haven't really paid that much to this game, but we'll never know, we'll never know. Maybe in the next video when I make about this, I'm just gonna be really disappointed in myself. Anyways, let's talk about the visual novel aspect and the UI. It's pretty lazy. The narrator's head illustration, when you're reading the chapter, is permanently stuck on the bottom left of the screen. None of their friends get an illustration of their own, which is understandable because they're just side characters, they're not the main characters. However, I would like some sort of illustration, even if it's not fully detailed and, you don't even see their face. At least it gives me something to let me know who is talking, or at least when your friends are talking to you, the head illustration would disappear so I would at least know who the heck is talking. Because as much as it is, the name do change when you see the dialogue. It's very tiny and sometimes I read so fast I don't even realize that somebody else is talking. And sometimes I get confused on whether the narrator is actually thinking inside their head or whether they're actually talking to their friends or to their love interests. So when you first start the game, you get put into the prologue, which introduces you to every characters and each individual routes that you can take them in. But when I saw Shino and Asuka, they were kind of like the last person in line. When I saw them, I immediately thought, that's who I'm gonna go for. The story between these two are pretty cliche. It is about a gal named Shino who befriends the seemingly perfect student, Asuka, and it's kind of like the opposite attract kind of story. And it's the clash of personality that I like, you know. It's Shino is this brash girl who's not afraid to speak out, or she just has a trouble of speaking out to people. And that just disturbs people because she might be a little bit too aggressive in her feelings or whatever that mumbo jumbo is. And we have Asuka, who is this very straightforward girl. She's very straight in her feelings, to which, honestly, I feel like that's the only straight thing about her. Asuka is up to a higher standard, so she's never really experienced commoner things or having friends. Those two clash of personalities of Shino and Asuka, I've been really enjoying it, despite, again, all the cliches, and you basically know the story the moment you get into it, is all I'm gonna say. I haven't finished it yet, so I will make a separate video if I'm really interested in it or not. The writing in this game is not its strongest point, which is a really bad thing to say, consider that it's a dating sim / visual novel. So the writing should be your strong point. It feels like a high schooler wrote this, or, to give a benefit of the doubt, the translation is just really, really rough. Now, let's talk about the pettiness of this game. Not only do you have an energy system, you have 2 additional requirements. The first one is trust, and the second one is the favorable impression. You need enough trust in order to continue to the next chapter, and you need enough favorable impressions in order to get the better cutscene. There are decisions in each section, and depending on what you choose, you can get a certain amount of favorable impressions with your girl or guy. It really depends on who you're picking. And sometimes I wonder whether these decisions actually really matter in terms of favorable impressions, but I am certain that most of these decisions don't really frickin' matter in terms of the story. For example, there was this decision on whether Shino should ask Asuka to study with her, and I chose yes. You know, let's ask her to study. However, Shino's like, I don't know, she's really busy with all her practices and stuff. I don't really think I should ask her. What's the point of giving me a decision if you're not gonna go with the decision? It's literally 2 arrows that end up going through like one route anyway, so it doesn't freaking matter. Or at least maybe there might just be some slight dialogue change, but the slight change is so slight that it feels like it doesn't really matter on whether you pick it or not. Thinking back on what I just said right now, the decisions hold some sort of weight just because of the favorable impression and if you really want to get the better cutscene or not, to which currently right now I'm in Shino's route, and I think there was only 1 favorable impression check so far. And I'm in chapter 6 right now, so I don't really know how many checks there are in terms of favorable impressions. However, trust is in about every chapter. The trust requirement, I mean. Now, in order to get trust, you have to play this strolling minigame where you can stroll to 4 different locations, and depending on your RNG, you can either get a total of 15 trusts or 30 trusts. Well, 15, 20, and 30. You can choose to play it 5 times individually, or you can choose to play it 5 times all in one go. But the catch is that if you decide to watch an ad after playing it 5 times at the same time, then you won't get as much bonus as you would if you were to play it individually. So in order to maximize your trust, you have to go through 5 ads every single day. And then there is the gem and energy system. You get 1 free gem every day, but you'll have to watch a total of 3 ads in order to get 1 gem. And 1 gem equals $1. You get 5 plays for the minigame and 5 energy for the story, and it resets every 24 hours or 18 hours, although at this point it might just be the entire day since you're just gonna sleep through it anyways. If you didn't pay for the ad-free upgrade, you have the potential of getting ads after every section that you read. If you're stuck in the rhythm, like me, you'll have to go through a total of 8+ ads a day, or just a total of 8 ads if you did pay for the ad-free upgrade, which I did. If you read through the entire chapter, it won't even take you 10 minutes. However, each chapter is divided into 10 sections, so you'd only get maybe a maximum of 20 seconds of reading per energy. You get 5 energy a day, and from my knowledge, there are only 10 sections per chapter, so it'll take you about 2 days to finish a chapter, which isn't all that bad. The bad thing, and I think they noticed this, and that's why the trust system is implemented, and it's the time waster. The trust system is the freaking time waster. It's the thing that gets you to come back constantly, because you just need to build up that freaking trust. What is this trust? I don't know. All I know is that it's just a freaking gatekeeper. That's what it is. Okay, like, I shit you not, I think I was playing Chapter 5, and before getting into Chapter 5, I think it required me a total of 1,500 trust, somewhere around there, and I was like, okay, that's a pretty steep price, but I'll pay a little bit of gems for it, because what a fucking idiot I am. I thought that if I paid for those gems, you know, I'll get to those levels faster, and I was thinking, oh, maybe the next trust requirement won't be that much. But then after Chapter 5 and I hit Chapter 6 and we went into the whole freaking trust system, it went from like 15 or 1,200 all the way up to 2,500, and I finally, because I refused to pay for gems because I was looking at the count and I had to pay a total of 7 gems if I really didn't want to wait. And 7 gems means $7, alright? That's a lot of money to unlock a freaking chapter. To which I know that they're gonna bar me again for another freaking trust requirement. What a fucking petty system, and how dare they do it. Not that effectively, but I'm getting sucked into it anyways, because look at me, I'm still freaking playing this game, and I know for sure as long as this game doesn't close, I'll probably continue playing it as well.
Hey, so I just wanted to make an update on the favorable impressions, because according to my notes, I had said that I wasn't too sure whether decisions changed the amount of favorable impressions or not. Well, I found out about it the hard way, because I got to the end of Chapter 6 and I got absolutely locked out of the happy route. That's what they call it. I call it the better cutscene in the current video that you're watching right now. Anyways, I did the math, and you had to get 20 favorable impressions throughout the entire chapters and throughout all of the sections in order to hit 1,100 points. So that means you cannot dilly-dally around. You can't just click on one decision and then just get 10 favorable impression and you think that you're fine, because I thought I was fine. I thought I was safe this whole time, but as this game proved to me, I am not safe at all time. They are constantly aiming for my wallet. That being said, you do only need 600 favorable impressions to get the normal route, but consider that they waggle this stupid freaking happy route in front of your face and tells you that you can't get it. You know, it's like reverse psychology. You have to get it. Also, if you decide to increase your favorable impression with gems, man, good luck with that, because I thought it was gonna work the same way with gems, where it would give you 100 points. In this case, it doesn't. It only gives you 10 points. So when I checked on the amount of gems I had to put in, it was 20 gems. because one gem is $1. So that was a total of $20 that I was gonna wash away. Anyways, I played through the happy route. Do not ask me how I got it, but I played through the happy route, and I will say I had a very enjoyable time. I will definitely consider making a video on Shino and Asuka. Anyways, after that fucking bullshit, I realized that I had to hit yet another required trust limit, which at this point it's at 4,000. I haven't really done the math with the gems, not the gems, with the mini game yet, but I feel like at max, if at maybe max, you know, you could get 100 points a day. Take me out of this. Thank you. It's early in the morning, so I'm gonna go now. See you guys later.
I believe the game gets like minor bug updates, but when I checked their update log in the game, the last update, or at least the last like route update, was back in September of last year. However, I did see their Kickstarter page where they want to make a second season of First Love Story, to which I will say, if this second season requires them to move to a whole separate game and they don't allow data transfer and you just have to go through like the entire first season again before you get into the second season, like My Sweet Roomies, then I might have an even bigger problem with this game. But you know what? I'm a fucking sucker for the waiting game, I guess. So even if I complain, I'll still probably play it. Somebody help me. I'm stuck in this rhythm, or just give me a lot of money. I gotta buy gems, alright? So overall, would I recommend this game? Well, I don't know, you've been seeing me complain about this game throughout the entire video. Of course I'm gonna recommend it, duh! Honestly speaking, if you just take the story and you bring it over to PC, you know, without all the energy system and all that, then I wouldn't really recommend you to try it out, just because it's nothing new. It's not really... It's the story between Shino and Asuka right now, it's not very riveting, but I'm still having a rather enjoyable time going through their story and all that, just because I turned off my brain like 5 months ago, I guess. If you have time to spare, why not give it a try? It is free to play, it just has premium content that you can buy, and by premium content, I just mean frickin' gems! If you have played this game or you're considering playing it, leave a comment down below. You know that I always love having a conversation with you guys. Other than that, my name's Ike, and I'll see you guys in the next video.